Hi, I'm Kenneth Goh, and I'm going to introduce pumpkin Tang Yuan, a traditional Chinese dessert that we serve during winter solstice. So I learned this dish from my parents. After you take one bowl of the Tang Yuan, it signifies you have grown 1 year old. It's a very important tradition for us to maintain. This is a modified version, and trust me, it is very simple, easy, and I'm sure everybody will be able to do it. To make it into golden, you add in pumpkin. Pumpkin by itself is a moisture retainer. The texture will be softer. We shall start by taking off the skin of the pumpkin, and we need to cut into small slices for steaming. As long as the pumpkin is softened, it can be used. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes. While the pumpkin is steaming, we will deskin the ginger and cut into big slices for the preparations of syrup. Once this is done, you can also take this opportunity to bundle your pandan leaves such that it will stay in put after you cook it. Just put a pot of hot water, and then you just add in the ginger, add in the pandan leaves, and then add in the rock sugar and bring to boil. That's it. Insert a fork into it and it start to break. The pumpkin is considered as done. Okay, and transfer the pumpkin into the food processor. So blend the pumpkin until puree form. Once it is hot, add in the glutinous rice flour and blend again. Once it can form a dough, then it's considered as done. Transfer the dough out to a flat surface or to a tray and use your hand to knead it until it forms a pliable dough. Other alternatives that you can use are sweet potatoes and other things like yam. Okay, let's move on and check about the syrup. The syrup is boiling. Let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Lightly dust the surface with some flour, glutinous rice flour, to avoid sticking, and transfer your dough over to the lightly floured surface. The red bean paste, scoop about 8 grams, and then ask my kid to shape it into round. Of course, it depends on how big you want your Tang Yuan. Okay, now the next step we're going to do is to wrap the Tang Yuan. Or if you want, you can shape it round. Take a red bean paste. Okay, just cover it. Of course, you can ask your kid to divide this. So let's see how fast we can do this, okay? Now that the Tang Yuan is ready, it's time to cook it. So I'm boiling a pot of hot water here. While it is boiling, I will prepare a pot of icy cold water. Now the water starts to boil. Just put in the Tang Yuan inside. The Tang Yuan will drop to the bottom of the pot. So once the Tang Yuan starts to float up, it's considered as done. You can off the heat and transfer the Tang Yuan to the icy cold water. The main reason is to let the glutinous rice bowl to shrink a bit so that it is not sticky and stick to each other. For serving, just scoop out some of the Tang Yuan and then serve it with the syrup, and your dessert is ready. As a blogger who always promotes traditional cuisine, and which about 90% of my recipes are very traditional, I think that this is a part that we should continue to know about what our elders are eating last time, so that the younger generation will be able to accept the old traditional cuisine in a new shape or in a new form.